Hi, John M. Talbot here on December 23rd, a couple of days before Christmas, on a very stormy day here. But as I look outside and reminisce about being a youngster during this time of year, I can't help but think back to a cool little story my mom used to tell me about the year that Simon the elf that is, saved Christmas. Of course, anybody that happened to be there in the elves, it was more like the year that Simon almost ruined Christmas forever. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So let's start from the beginning. This particular year, Santa Claus was really stressed. He was sure that things weren't going to get done on time. It was causing all the other elves to be a little stressed as well. So Simon had a great idea. He really wanted to help out Santa Claus, and he was a magic fan, loved magic. So he decided to create something special to help Santa Claus duplicate his efforts. So that night, while Santa Claus was sleeping, he called all the elves together and they built this beautiful cabinet. They even painted Santa Claus's initials on it. And the next morning they called Santa Claus in, and Simon explained, "Hey Santa, I've got this cool device I built that I think can help you duplicate your efforts so we can get things done quicker in time for Christmas." So Santa Claus played along, so he allowed the elves to lift him up and place him into the cabinet. Of course, once he was in there, there was no way for him to get out. At that point, Simon asked one of the elves to run over to the workshop and grab one of the little saws they used to build the toys in the workshop. And Simon took the saw and actually began to saw Santa Claus in half. Now, it didn't particularly sound good, and Santa Claus was a little concerned as well, but he completely cut Santa Claus in half, of course, leaving two halves. Now, Simon thought this would help him duplicate his efforts, but what he thought was going to be a Christmas miracle, unfortunately quickly became a Christmas murder. All the other elves were, of course, horrified and looked at Simon, and Simon was panicking and then thought to himself, "Hey, Santa Claus always says you have to believe in the magic of Christmas." So he had them close up the cabinet, pick up Santa Claus, and place him back into the cabinet. They even looked underneath it to make sure nothing had fallen out of his pockets. At that point, he asked all the elves to shout out Christmas magic. And when they did that, heard a ho, ho, ho coming from the cabinet. They quickly threw open the doors, saw Santa Claus smiling, lifted him up, much to the cheers of all the elves, and Santa Claus was once again back in one piece. You know, at that point, Santa Claus realized, and he looked at Simon and looked at the elves, that by being stressed, he was causing all the other folks, all the ones he loved, to be stressed around him. So he said to Simon, "You know what, Simon? We're not going to worry about getting the things done for Christmas, because all the important things will always get done. But let's take a few minutes and make sure we always enjoy the magic of Christmas." And from that point on, they always did. You know what? It's probably a few good words of wisdom for all of us during this particular time of year. I hope everyone out there takes a few minutes to enjoy the magic of Christmas. I sincerely hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a very happy 2023. Merry Christmas, everybody. Cheers.